You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah, we've heard that before. Hello everyone, welcome back to Slay the Princess. Last time we had a vengeful ghost after us, and that was frightening. Today, I'm going to try doing something that I've been quite curious about. And I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to go to the cabin. I'm going down without the blade, and I say I'm here to save you. I haven't lied yet, I should try that, but first I'm going to do something else. Alright, the blade comes down, I choose save the princess.
Fine.
We go, and then
the princess.
we get, there's two things, right? We'll warn her the first time.
Stop that.
And then, what happens if we choose one of these?
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
That is a change in tone.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon.
Yeah.
You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
So I'm wondering, is this going to be the Huntress route again, or is it going to be a new one? Because look at those teeth. I mean, they're human teeth, but look at them.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
Not to mention the bleeding out from the arm she chewed off.
It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Witch. It's a new one!
You're on a path in the... You're here to...
Alright, who do we have this
Terrible
time?
sense of deja
The
vu.
hunted,
No,
probably.
he doesn't remember what happened. Brilliant. We need to keep
Oh,
our
no.
cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
We found the opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue. With the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Sure, yeah. This is more than just deja vu. Let's see what the opportunist has to say about this.
We could go back and forth on this.
This?
Those are two very... we were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great. Congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was What do you mean? Of course. Yes, if it's the last, do you think the people... That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we?
Yeah, that would be terrible. We better slay the princess so that doesn't happen.
You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Yep, this world out of so many worlds. Well, let's talk about it, see what the opportunist has to say about this
Just
princess.
be quick about it.
Well, maybe the opportunist will say something about the people who locked her in the basement.
People locked her.
No. Okay.
Great. Now,
Let's go. We don't leave the cabin.
warning before you go any further.
Also, we're trying to get chapter 3.
She will lie.
Oh, don't worry. I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
The interior of
Whoa,
the cabin is
look
a
at
mess
this.
of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Slab of mud? I don't like that.
The blade.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Well, shall we take the blade or shall we not? I don't know if I want to be defenseless against this princess. However, I do want to make it to chapter 3. This whole has the same stuff. Let's take the blade. There's probably someone dangerous down there.
You take the blade from the shelf. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Oh, do we have the option to do that?
That's not actually a bad idea.
I don't have the option to do that.
The door to the basement creaks open,
Oh,
revealing
this
a
is cool.
staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
She gonna be some kind of den predator?
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth.
Like a lion or a fox?
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yeah, that line's definitely reused for many routes.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Skitters. That is such a good word for this.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Oh, that's right. She's a witch. I'm not nasty. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
And what are you planning on doing? Popping me into your oven? That's the only witch story I can remember.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy.
She's just a princess, not also a witch, not also a human, not also a woman, just a princess.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Let's try it.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps,
She has a tail.
entering the dark room below.
Spiky feet? What is taloned feet? What is clawed feet?
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's not fair.
No.
How would she know that?
No, it's not.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Oh yeah, that's something that we haven't really talked about yet. Every version of the narrator is now basically a different person. And whenever we don't slay the princess, or whenever we take our own life, then that narrator and his entire world disappears.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Not likely.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you, or not for killing you. We've got to get you out somehow, right? I get the sense you're not happy with me. I died last time. You didn't. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you! Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. Can't you get out of those chains on your own? They didn't stop you last time. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade. I don't trust you. Not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye. I'd like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time, and I think you might be a danger to the world. I'm going to attack you now. Now that's telegraphing. I made a mistake. You make mistakes too, right?
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place.
I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll
Yes?
have to try harder than that.
Well, we're already started, aren't we? Can't you get out of those chains on your own?
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Whoops.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That's sneaky. little- A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
I wonder if there's a different route if you slay her without warning her the first time. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
No, and it's also definitely not projection.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing.
Yeah, like if by stab you mean bite, and in the back you mean in the neck, yeah, it could be the same.
See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
So I want to get to well, we know what's going to happen if we just leave. We're just going to go and we'll get out. probably. I want to get to chapter 3. If we just tell her we're going to attack her, that's probably going to be bad. If we just attack, that probably... Man, I'm thinking too much. I'm just like, I want to get to chapter 3, so which one of these choices will get me to chapter 3? I should just play the game as if I'm playing the game. I could just give her the blade. Well, if I do this one, she's already out of her chains. I'm curious about that one. I wonder what happens if we do this one now. We're playing... No, we're playing something here. We're going back and forth. We're putting cards on the table. She's out of her chains. Our knife is in front of us. Man, these are different now. If I gave her the blade before she slipped her chains, that might be different. If I left before she slipped her chains, that might be different. And the reason it might be different is because she would just come up behind us and kill us, probably. I think it might be time to give her the blade.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I abstain.
Well, guess what? I'm the one who gets to make the decisions, bitches.
You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This is a democracy. Never mind, that was such a silly idea. I'm not going to give her the blade. She clearly hates us.
Good.
Oh, have you decided to rescind your gesture? I wouldn't trust me with it either.
I'm just looking to see if I could try it again. I say leave with the princess. I could try. What if I try to leave without the princess? I'm really curious.
Very pragmatic. That is why you're...
And no, it's not pragmatic because she's not chained to the wall.
Abandoning me, are you? Fine then. Run. Tuck your tail between your legs and scamper away. You might be able to escape me, but you can't escape from what you are and what you've done. If I don't take you, the wilds will.
But you're not chained. You can just follow me.
You turn to leave, but as you do, there's a deep, guttural groan seemingly uttered by the walls themselves, followed by the creak of wood being stretched beyond its limits. The cabin starts to get What the hell is going on? We're getting out of here and saving our skins. That's what's going on. As the roots that make up the walls of the cramped basement attempt to close in around you, instinct kicks in and you bolt upstairs. The steps are uneven and lively, creaking as they expand out of the dirt floor, the stairway growing smaller and smaller as you dart up towards the light. You manage to squeeze through the door just as the entrance seals itself shut behind you.
That's scary.
The cabin is smaller than it was before, and it's getting even smaller and smaller.
So we're looking toward this would be where the mirror is, and the knife would have been here? Or are we looking at the exit, and there is no exit?
That's fine. We'll just leave. I'm sure you'd like to do that. But unfortunately, there is no longer a front door. The roots have already closed over the only possible exit. What little light peeks through the holes that were once windows is growing weaker as the cabin continues to close in on itself.
Well, yeah, it's just plant, right? We have a sharp object. Let's cut our way through. Let's cut our way through these giant wooden roots with our small knife.
Shit. What do we do? As your mind races for an answer, you hear the princess's voice crackle up the stairs.
Do you hear that, you loathsome thing? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
No, not my breath of the wild. So this is probably another time thing. We only get a certain number of things. Make them stop! What about you? They'll crush you just as easily as me. We're not animals. We're people. We can work this out. We can make things better. I take it all back. I can help you get out of here. You and I can work together. We can be friends. There's probably no way out of here, is there? What about you?
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. Especially if I get to hear it happen.
This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill us both just to spite me. See? This is exactly why you were tasked to slay her, and why you shouldn't have left her in the basement. She's an antisocial monster who'll gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction. The roots grow ever closer. We know. We can see them.
Anything new? Yep. Come on, they're pressing it on me. They're probably pressing it on you too. I'm only assuming that because I can't see you, but it sure sounds like they are. Why? What do you mean, why? Because we tried to stab her in the back. I take it all back. I can help you get out of here. You and I can work together. We can be friends.
Too late. We're both going to die. We're both going to die a splintery and miserable death. And you're going to hate it just as much as you hate me and I hate you.
You feel something against your back. A thick root pushing its way into the cabin. An unstoppable, unyielding wall of bark. You're running out of time. Shit. What do we do? What do we do?
We can give up. I'm only assuming they're killing you because I can't see you, but it sounds like they're killing you.
No, what's the matter? You're scared of thorny roots digging into your neck? Are you scared of suffocating in this dark, dark place alone? Good.
And what about you, though?
That one made me feel bad inside. I don't want people to think we're scared. Nobody likes someone who's scared of things. I, for one, think this is a perfectly reasonable situation to feel scared in. This place is getting awful tight. You slump to the floor as the roots continue to expand into the cabin.
Wait, how's there room to slump to the floor? I thought we were compressed by roots.
Ugh, we're never going to make something of ourselves with that attitude. At least she isn't going to make something of herself either. At first it's almost gentle, your body being lifted delicately off the ground as the floor shifts beneath you. But the cradle of the growing roots starts to feel suffocating, then unbearably tight, then that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living cabin.
Yeah.
The suffering is what you deserve, you hideous creature. Know as you die that you are hated. I hate you, and I'm glad to die horribly if it means you die with me. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And when we meet the goddess at the end, she's gonna be made of lots of hatred.
The pressure is unfathomable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding with trapped blood. And then you pop.
Ew.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Wild.
We are a path in the woods.
Wait, is
We
this
have no beginning.
is this the same
And
as
we
before?
have no. His gaze pushes against our borders.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. Let's get our facts straight. What happened?
The thing that sits beyond our edge, he tries to stare
Oh.
with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Some of this, I skipped through it. Where's the history? Right here. The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. That, combined with this line, is some really good stuff. Really good stuff. It gets to the idea, the problem with philosophy, basically, not philosophy, but like the specific type of philosophy that tries to categorize everything into logic and make coherent theories, like all the famous philosophers that write their books and make these logical theories, and yeah, that's great for understanding all kinds of really deep things, but it's also, there's limitations to that, which is hard to talk about because in talking about it, we're using words. And the philosophy term for that kind of thinking, that kind of philosophizing, is logocentrism. And realizing that reality is more than words, reality encompasses things that are beyond words and beyond logic, breaking free from logocentrism is a way to get from a sort of mindset where everything makes sense and is kind of depressing, and there's not really any meaning to life, back into this mindset of life is full of wonder and mystery. And like, this is something that I've discovered, even though I have a master's in physics, I know how the universe works mechanically, and realizing that knowledge of all this just logical structure, knitting everything together, is not all of reality and all of existence and all of experience, has brought me back to that way of thinking and experiencing that I had when I was a kid, and everything was just wondrous and exciting and mysterious. I missed talking about it last time, but I thought since we have the opportunity again, I thought I would point it out.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Why does he want to know?
Wait, you're back.
I don't mind where we are right now. It's rather nice. I can hear what everyone is thinking.
I thought wasn't it Broken last time we were here? Voice of the Broken? Or was it Voice of the Hunted?
There's no reason to keep secrets. We tried leaving her in the basement, but she made the cabin come to life, and it crushed both of us into a fine paste. And now we're here, existing.
Yeah, this time we didn't get eaten, but it is the same background, and it is the same, I think it's the same chapter title.
And for what it's worth, I'm with him. This is nice.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Interesting that this is one of the ways, like, we can fuse with the princess. Another way that this happened was letting ourselves be possessed by the princess. So I guess anytime that we're kind of fused together, the princess becomes a voice. This thing watching us, what is he? I've probably said all these things before. The princess is not going to give us a rationally coherent answer.
I'm not watching you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it.
So last time, we remembered the horrifying things of the past. I wonder if we can avoid that this time, just to see something different. I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him?
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Let's say no this time. Turn inward and find your freedom.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
This is kind of like TV snow, but it's quite a bit dimmer. And it's kind of static. Like it's got a bulging effect. I wonder if the whole game has this effect.
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere at once, just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, great, with your snappy comeback, just not understanding what's going on.
You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us? You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
Where is the cursor gonna come in this time?
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
Let's do that, but where's the cursor gonna come in this time? There's a place you need to be, you just need to find it. What is this gonna do? Is it gonna make us slash our way out, or is it gonna end the cycle?
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you.
I am becoming everything!
This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible.
I don't think so.
He wouldn't be trying to discourage us if that were true. That's right, I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
But you do find something. It's cold and smooth, and gently buckles, and cracks under the pressure of your consciousness flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this right now.
These lines mean so much more, given that we've already seen an ending, and we know that that we're moving toward a union between change and the long quiet.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it, and free us all.
Let's go!
No, stop!
But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
We found it. I knew it. I knew there was something he was keeping from us. Is that really all it took?
Yo, this is exactly like it feels to have a moment of enlightenment. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a moment like that where you're just, like, contemplating what it feels like to be yourself, and then, like, you see yourself seeing yourself, and then something, like, clicks and cracks in your brain, and this is exactly what it looks like. Maybe just, like, some warm light shining through, and not so much detail over here. I mean that was my experience of it. I mean, other people have described similar things.
A job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful.
Seeing directly into the fabric of reality. And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
You never get the chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone. And is that a mirror?
Alright, let's see what's in the mirror today. You're nothing at all, right?
It's calling us. And not in a good way. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Yeah, I wonder if this is just like a counter for like how many times you have been through the world. I think we have one more after this. One more and then we get another ending. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Ooh, look at that. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Yeah, and this is... Why does this remind me of the queen, the Pale Queen? The queen from Hollow Knight. Just because it's like fungal mycelium, I guess.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars and there are people. At least they're supposed to be. No, that's the human constructed answer. The place we're going is raw reality. I think I've asked all these things before. So, let's just go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
And that's going to be interesting. So, there has been a suggestion, but I think I've already locked myself out of that path for this time, so I'd have to start a new file to try that out. But yeah, the next one on this file, we will get another ending. I think I might save that for last. We'll end with a finale episode with a true ending.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1 again. And that, everyone, has been Slay the
You're
Princess.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
If you have any other routes that you think this playthrough would be incomplete if it didn't include, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Slay the Princess and other awesome games. I'll see you next time. Bye!